did I find out? By other people telling me that I was different from everyone else, and that this was a problem. True enough, it was very hard for me to act like most other people. And even now, I still can't do a real conversation. From your point of view, the world of autism must look like a deeply mysterious place. So, my big hope is that by writing this book, I can help to explain in my own way what goes on in my mind. Can you imagine how your life would be if you couldn't say what you wanted?
They're turned off. The fountains are off in Greece. The fountains are off in Greece. Well, the fountains are off in Greece.
Are they?
Well, the fountains are off in Greece.
Okay.
Those fountains are off in Greece.
Every time I do something that other people wouldn't, it must make you wonder why. But don't judge me from the outside only. Spare a little time to listen to what I have to say, and have a nice trip through our world.
Amrit picks up on things which people usually do not. That was kind of a revelation. For a very long time, she had so much anger in her, but there was no way that she could tell us about it. She must have had some bullying moments in school. She was wanting to make friends, but others did not know how to be friendly with her. She would scream for hours, and then she would cry and I would cry, and not knowing what to do. That was the time when she used to really rub the crayon on one particular spot until the paper would tear and there were impressions on her desk. But within that, there was such a strong message for others. And I realized that it wasn't just art that she was doing. She was actually giving me the routine of her day and what all was happening. So she would draw what she was eating. She would draw other students around her. She would draw the landscape.
So, how do I see the world? You may be looking at the exact same thing as me, but how I perceive it appears to be different. When you see an object, it seems you see it as an entire thing first, and only afterwards do its details follow on. But for me, the details jump straight out first of all. And then gradually, detail by detail, the whole image floats up into focus. My eyes are captured by lines and surfaces. Just to get a grip on things, I have to scan my memory to find an experience closest to what's happening now.
The chaos of the world has to be turned into some kind of coherent order, almost by hand, inside an autistic mind, I think. I don't have one, so I can't be sure, but this book helps me understand a bit. Naoki Higashida wrote The Reason I Jump when he was 13 years old. And like my son, he was autistic and didn't speak. It's like cartography. He makes a map of his mind. There's an example where Naoki talks about the steps that he has to go through to understand that it is raining. And it would never occur to you if you're neurotypical that you have to flip through this mental card index connecting the sound, previous memories with the word rain to work out what's happening now. You just know it's raining. The world that Naoki describes is different. Chaotic, swirling, raw and visceral. It's emotionally very taxing. Meltdowns can blow up out of nowhere. So that's where my son's living. And it's not easy.
She used to have these obsessions. My fear was that it is socially awkward, and I would try and stop her from doing that. But when I read Naoki's book, I realized what she must be going through. So it's difficult. Yes, I'm sorry. I've acted so strange with my own child. I don't know how I fit into a mother's role. tried to stop her from being herself.
Every single thing has its own unique beauty. When a colour is vivid or a shape is eye-catching, then my heart kind of drowns in it. I can't concentrate on anything else. A person who's looking at a mountain far away doesn't notice the prettiness of the dandelion in front of them.
There are certain sounds, there are certain sights that are either painful or they are very pleasant. When she comes home, she picks up a paper to kind of put it there for the world to know.
Not being able to talk means not being able to share what you're feeling or thinking. To live my life as a human being, nothing is more important than being able to express myself.
How can you be subject to all this wild, uncensored sensory input and then render that into language. Naoki Higashida sort of achieved the impossible. A kid who can still remember what it's like to be 4 or 5 years old. It's kind of poetry. It felt like our son was talking to us. It felt like when I was at my most desperate, knowing I wouldn't get an answer, but just saying, why are you doing that? Well, here's the answer. My wife and I wanted the people who work with our son to read it as well. So we started translating it. The book felt like an envoy from another world, whose culture, whose rules, whose reasons I didn't understand.
My mind is forever swaying this way and that. I never ever feel at ease wherever I am. As a child, I used to wander off from home. It wasn't because I wanted to go out for a special reason. My body moved because it was lured outside by something there, in search of somewhere where I felt at ease.
Hi, Joss. Lady is going to turn the fans on. It's like a fan. The fan goes round and round. You're making a fan. Make it spin fast. Make it spin fast! It's going round.
It is going round.
Hold so tight.
Hi, Joss. Joss? It's raining. Good lad, well done.
Hey, good lad.
Joss, we're going to take the sausage and chips back to Bradstow, okay? Come on.
We're at Big School.
We are at Big School.
As soon as I try to speak with someone, my words just vanish. There's a gap between what I'm thinking and what I'm saying.
Oh, we got you 2 milkshakes.
Mummy did get you 2 milkshakes.
It's like a reflex, reacting to what I've just seen in some cases, or to some old memories. As if I'm drowning in a flood of words.
Fruit's cover is like a black Hoover.
It's like a...
Good.
It's like a
Fruit's
red
cover is
Hoover.
like a black Hoover.
Is it like a red Hoover?
It's like a black Hoover.
That was like a black one.
The fruit's cover like a red Hoover.
I think it's like a black Hoover.
Fruit's cover is like a black Hoover.
It is.
The big exception is words or phrases I'm familiar with, like playing a game of catch with a ball.
Bah!
Papa.
Bah! Bah!
Do you want to wait for the doggy to go? Joss, the dog's gone now. We're going to keep walking to the cafe, okay? Good lad, well done.
Joss can see everything, and he can hear everything. When Joss was little, his sensory world was entirely a positive thing. Everything related back to water and light. So we provided as much water and light as we could.
What can you see? What can you see, Joss?
One of the things I would love to be is just inside his head. Just for 10 seconds to understand how he sees the world.
Making a noise. The green box is making a noise.
The green box is making a noise.
Should get in.
You cannot get in, no.
Green box is like music.
Box is like music.
Is it like a black Hoover?
No, it's like a red Hoover. Sounds like a red Hoover. Does it sound like a black Hoover?
Does it sound like a black Hoover?
No, it sounds like a red Hoover.
What's going on?
Green boxes have become a massive part of our life because we realise that Joss can hear them from a long, long, long way away.
To get these.
Let's drive to get the pizza then.
You have sprinkler at number 18.
Did have a sprinkler. Mummy used to put.
You're not having a sprinkler tonight, number 18.
Is that what? Did Mummy say that? Did Mummy say that? No, Mummy always let you have a sprinkler on.
Number 80 was the number of a house we used to live in. Joss is remembering the things that happened in that garden when he was about 3 or 4 years old. Specific events.
Number 80.
Number 80. To him, they're just as real as something that's happened half an hour ago. I think the earliest we've had is when he was just before his 2nd birthday. Like some kind of slideshow, some out of control slideshow.
Time is a continuous thing with no clear boundaries, which is why it's so confusing. Inside my head, there isn't really such a big difference between what I was told just now and what I heard a long, long time ago. I imagine other people's memories are arranged continuously, like a line. My memory is more like a pool of dots. Memories are all scattershot and never connected in the right order.
Mummy, they turn a sprinkler on at number 80. I'm gonna turn a sprinkler on at number 80.
The trouble with scattered memories is that sometimes they replay themselves in my head as if they've only just taken place. And the emotions I felt originally come rushing back to me like a sudden storm.
Daddy can't get pizza.
Daddy's getting pizza, and Daddy's getting more dough balls now. 2 minutes for pizza. Can you wait with Mummy, please, darling?
There's no more pizza.
No, the pizza is coming. Daddy's bringing the pizza.
There's no pizza today.
Don't panic, there's going to be a pizza. Don't hurt me, please. Don't hurt me.
There's no more. Oh no.
Don't panic.
It's no pizza. Daddy's going to get one.
Daddy's going to get one.
Exactly what the next moment has in store never stops being a big, big worry.
I brought you some pizza. Here.
Daddy, you brought the pizza. Thank you.
You can fucking Pizza Express.
As he's hit puberty, his relationship with that sensory world has changed. His anxiety is just huge.
There are times when I can't act, even though I really badly want to. It's as if my whole body belongs to someone else. As if I'm remote controlling a faulty robot.
Daddy loves you. Daddy loves you.
Stop hurting Daddy.
It's a feeling of helplessness which brings on a panic attack or a meltdown. Even when I make a tiny mistake, the fact of it starts rushing towards me like a tsunami. To get away, I'll do anything. And afterwards, when I see the wreckage I've made, I hate myself. I just hate myself.
Hello.
Let's go.
Let's go. We had this kind of horrible, hellish few months where his aggression got worse and worse. From there on in, something had just changed. He was expelled from the school he was in. We found a school that could take and cope with children with really challenging behaviour. And so we took him there and we had to leave him there.
He comes home a lot, but that decision to send him to a residential school was the most painful we've ever had to make.
To get some more bobs to the shop.
Right, Joss, should we see what we've got today? Yeah? Can we reach our hands really nice and tall? Beautiful!
If only I could just flap my wings and fly off to some faraway place.
The reason I Jump turned on its head many of the things that we all think we know about autism, that people with autism don't do emotions, that they have no imaginative intelligence. Naoki couldn't possibly have written it were these things true. And autistic people who can write like Naoki does are in a bit of a double bind. Some people will not believe that they've written the book, or some people believe they have written the book but therefore can't possibly be properly autistic, only a little bit autistic.
9, 10 over here, and I got 3 over here.
Move to the other side, please.
Okay.
So you're not late. You're totally on time then.
That's you, listen.
See you on the ice.
Waiting for you.
Don't worry about him. He'd rather be on his own. How many times have I heard this? The truth is, I'd love to be with other people. I can't believe that anyone born as a human being really wants to be left on their own.
When people don't talk, you assume they're not understanding you. And then they assume that it's a cognitive impairment Ben is 23. Evie started working with Ben when he was 7, Evie, baby?
7 or 8.
And at the time, Ben had what? An attention span of what? About 2 minutes, maybe? He was just all over the place. And we're trying to do speech therapy with this kid. And finally, when Ben turned 16, we said, you know what, Evie? Speech therapy is not what he needs. And Evie, bless her heart, said, let me try one more thing.
Ready?
Go.
I.
S.
N. E. N. E. V. E. R. R. I never.
S.
I never. Go. Look at it. D. R. E. Look at it. A. M. E. T. I never dreamed. Look at it. T. H. I. S. This. W. Get it. A. S. This was. P. O. Get it. S. Get it. S. Get it. I. Good. Get it. Look for your letter. I never dreamed this was. P-O-S-S-I. B. L. E. I never dreamed this was possible. When I first saw kids spelling, that was it for me. Many people who are autistic, their brain knows what to do, but they can't get it to their body. And it made so much sense looking at it from more of a motor skills standpoint. Because speech is motor. Taking language out of the fine motor of the speech, putting it in the gross motor of the arm to point made a lot of sense. A. Look at it, babe. N. T. And. I. Get it. T. And it. W. Go. O. Go. R. Go. K. Go. And T. And it worked. If non-speakers are capable of spelling and are capable of intelligence, that really shakes the foundation of a lot of things that we've believed.
Okay, there was once a time I had nothing. You gotta finish that. That's kind of sad.
Okay. See, you know, see, next Friday I don't have to act now, see. N-E-Y. Everything. Everything. I'm done.
Perhaps you're thinking that it's no major effort for me to write these sentences, but that isn't true at all. When I learned to use the letterboard, it let me anchor my words. Words that would otherwise flutter off as soon as I was able to speak them.
Can you imagine the frustration? Being autistic and nonverbal, and you hear everything, and you see everything, and you feel everything, but you can't respond. When you think about it, that explains the anger, it explains the, the violence, the aggression. You can't negotiate. To reach a point where he is able to express has just been a huge blessing.
Please don't assume that every word I speak is what I intend to say. Making sounds with your mouth isn't the same thing as communication.
Let's go home, please. No more.
L. Yeah. We could finally.
Where's he?
L. T. Let. E. A. C. H. O. T. H. E. R. We could finally let each other.
No more. No more. No, not I don't have class. No, sing.
W. H. O.
No more.
How.
No more.
W.
E.
Oh, that's it.
F.
Hard.
E.
No more.
L.
Is it?
T. We could finally tell each other how we felt.
No more. No more. No more. Over here, one.
Our kids were both in preschool, and that's when our families first met. It seemed like Emma was in a lot of pain, and she could scream almost all day long. There weren't many people that you could invite into your home, but we could always invite Ben's family. And they seemed happy to be together, but there was no way really to gauge what they felt about each other.
Remember when we all were together in Seattle?
How about that?
Oh,
yeah.
man.
That was it.
All right, to oldest and bestest friends. What is it? What is it? Come what may.
Come what may.
Cheers, Emma. Cheers. Emma, can you?
Oh, open the present. Open the present.
Can you do cheers with Ben?
Open the present.
Emma, can you do cheers with Emma?
Oh, wow. What's the target?
After we walk to Target, can you cheers with Ben? Go like this. Ben's waiting for you. Hold your cup.
And it's going to Hawaii.
And then touch it with. There you go. Cheers.
Emma's going to Hawaii.
Emma's going to Hawaii.
You talk at an incredible speed. Between thinking something in your head and saying it takes you just a split second. To me, that's like magic. I have to speak in an unknown foreign language every minute of every day.
Before they actually started communicating using the letterboard, we put words in their mouths all the time.
Exactly.
You know, just to kind of fill up the void. We would say, hey, Ben, da-da-da. And then someone else said, well, Ben says da-da-da. And then, of course, you fast forward 15 years, and you realize that they have been friends for so long. That's what makes this unique. How do you establish and sustain and nurture a friendship for 20 years with no spoken language?
Yes. Sao như gì over the bay?
What's target?
Ass to ounce. Ass to
Let's go in Hawaii.
Just to us. Ass to ass. Ass to ass.
All right, this is the homework that is due on Tuesday about Argentina.
No.
Intro to Argentina. Argentina is the second largest country in South America, 8th largest in the world. Today it is seen as a democracy. Okay, we talked about a few famous Argentinians. We talked about that in class the other day. Emma, do you remember who we talked about? P-E-R-O-N. Perón. And do you remember there was something very unique about Perón? There was something very unique about him because after he died, who replaced him? Touch it. W I F last letter E. His wife. And they made a movie about her. Yeah, and we're gonna have lunch in a little bit after we do our homework. We're gonna do our homework, then we're gonna take a walk, and then we're gonna eat our lunch. Do you guys remember who Perón admired during the war? Do you remember who that was? We talked about this the other day in class. M-U-S-S-O-L-I-N-I. Mussolini. That is correct. They've never been able to do this before. I mean, this is the first time they've ever had any access to curriculum. Emma, what was education like before you had these classes to go to? T H E Y W A S T E D T I M E. They wasted time.
Let's go to the eyes.
Okay, Ben, how do you feel? T H E A H A V E D E M I E D O U R C I B I L R I G H T S. They've denied our civil rights.
I'm sorry, Mommy. Sorry, Mommy.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I used to wonder why non-speaking me had ever been born. Autistic people have no freedom. We need a place to belong. This world is our world. There is no other.
Christina. She taught me how to be a father. The type of love we've got from her just changed your whole perspective of life.
I wish I could get a gift that I love this much. Seems like you can buy something so expensive and just you're not bothered. But the one that you like, it's all about the sensory, eh?
Autistic people obsess over certain things because we'd go crazy if we didn't. Repetitive things are comforting. They soothe me and protect me from uncertainty.
Ooh, just our football. Just let's go. Okay, it's time to go.
Anywhere in the world, when you have a child with autism, there's still a lot of stigma. As she grew up, I started to realize that Jess wasn't looked at with love or empathy, it was with hatred and such negativity. One day, just outside these gates, she went into crisis, full-blown crisis, screaming, head banging, biting. And I just saw people, they think, in Creole, they'll say, "Devil don't olang." So the devil has possessed her. Jess knows, right? I wanted to meet other parents with children with autism because I didn't even see such kids on the streets. So we started with just going into communities and quickly realized that the stigma was so bad that the families were still not really coming out. The problem is centuries of misunderstandings about autism, and that's not just in Sierra Leone, but across the world. So today I just want to leave her at experiences, people that you experience. Because I really want to let people to understand what we the comrade and they go through. Me own self, then at the back, Jess. So, I can tell when I say we all they wear the same shoe. Some person not they understand, but I understand.
The neighbor in the picking them, they call me picking and flower. We be non commodity because of pressure from the community.
Next, anybody?
I'm not to call a negative name. So say na devil. So say na witch. So say me say we want to pick me and permit. All man avoid me for this pick here. I don't know. I didn't have family house. But me not get no way for the river. So man still go to the river. So I will get peace. So this is my situation.
Because of the way autism presents, the screams, the sudden jumps. No matter what you do, you're the family with the devil child.
I'm guessing that what touches you in nature is the beauty of the trees and the flowers and things. But for me, however often I'm ignored and pushed away by other people, nature always embraces me. When I look at nature, I receive a sort of permission to be alive in this world.
The mentality we have here is that we give to children and we expect them to look after us. So when they look at kids with autism, to them, those children cannot give them back anything. And because of the pressure of the neighborhood, the pressure of the community, they tend to abandon them. They leave them in the bush.
Kids like ours, if they're alive, they're the lucky ones.
For most of history, we've assigned autism to demons or to witchcraft, or early 20th century to retardation, and have acted accordingly, I'm afraid. Which I don't like to think about, because that would have been my son.
Very occasionally, among such severely disturbed children, a child may be seen quite out of touch with the rest of the group, living apparently in a world of its own. This is a psychotic child.
A child with autism suffers from a very specific kind of a defect in his comprehension, in his cognitive ability.
Eugenics seeks to apply the known laws of heredity so as to prevent the degeneration of the race and improve its inborn qualities.
Wir rufen ein gnädiges Schicksal an. Diese bedauernswerten Geschöpfe von ihrem Dasein ohne Leben zu befreien.
So it's always been with us. It's just neurotypicals are rubbish at understanding anything that is not neurotypical.
We are born outside the regime of your civilization. With all the killings and planet wrecking that humanity has committed, perhaps autism could help you remember what truly matters.
Look at you dancing at your party. I loved that dancing you did.
No.
Yeah? Jess's turn, okay? She knows. It's your turn, Jess. Jess's turn.
Jess's turn.
Daddy's turn. We cannot just close our eyes to what we've seen. We need to do something about it. We decided to take it to a different level. Went to TV station, radio station, to go all out, to get the nation to understand what autism is. So that they'll be able to walk the street, without having that fear. They need a normal life. So eventually in 2017, we set up the school.
How do you feel?
I started to see a big difference in the families' lives and in the kids' lives. It's certainly the first school of its kind. And eventually, after many months, we've got the community on our side. I think they were fearful because they didn't know what was wrong, and all they knew is the traditional beliefs. But now, though, we've seen a total turnaround. They know most of our kids by name now, so when they're coming down the road, they'll call them, say hi. So I think the fact that we now have that relationship with the community means our kids are safe there. The new government has recognized the school, and I think the narrative is changing for Sierra Leone.
What is in the bag? Oh no! You don't know? There is a large bowl. Who wants to go to school?
I want to grow up learning a million things. There must be countless other autistic people who have the same desire.
Any comments?
We too want to grow.
Welcome to North Fordham Lighthouse. It's originally built in 1691.
Oh, it's very high, Joss. It's very high.
It's a house. It is a house. It's a lighthouse.
Hear the wind.
The hardest ordeal for me is the idea that I am causing grief for other people. Please, keep battling alongside me.
We're in the Coriston. We are. The boys are happy. Justin's going back to see Mummy.
Just thing is with us.
We're in the garden. Oh, Joss. Right now, Joss is having a joy that I will never come close to. Being with Joss is to live more in the moment. It's to let go of all the long train of things that we all carry around behind us and that interfere with us living now.
I used to think it would be the best thing if I could live my life like other people. But now, even if somebody could change my autism, I would choose to stay as I am. For me, you see, autism is normal. I can't be sure what your normal is even like.
The future is an undiscovered country, literally, for us. And our hope is that there will be a place for Joss, there will be a world, there will be a society, there will be an understanding for Joss that will mean that when we're not here, he will be okay. And that's this is why we don't go to the future very often, because the idea that Joss is going to be alone is really frightening.
It sounds like I'm nagging you, but you know what? I'm getting you ready. Mommy's not gonna come in full clothes at your new apartment, huh?
Sure.
I'm not gonna do that.
Sure.
Let's try another way.
Sure.
And keep going, keep going. Keep going. Okay, what's next? Look, come on, Ben. Try it your way. Let's see if that works. You may have discovered a new way that's better than Mommy's way. Okay, now what do you do to get it to look like that? What are you gonna do next? Interesting. You know, it's interesting. What do you think? It's gonna be a little different with Mommy not doing laundry every day.
Sure.
The building is under construction. Just going to be careful where we walk. When you move in a couple of months, you'll have a full orientation and tour of everything in the building, including how the elevators work and where the laundry rooms are. And today we're going to take a look at the room. Yes! Let's say yes. Back down! Get back. So, do you want to come look in the bedrooms?
A very warm welcome to everyone gathered here for Amrit's solo show, Metro Diaries, Lives Extraordinary.
I think we can change the conversation around autism. B, get it? Y, by, B, E, I, N, G, by being, P, A, R, T, part, O, get it? F, part of, T, H, E, part of the, C, O, N, right to it. V, E, look at it. R, S, A, T, I, O, N. I think we can change the conversation around autism by being part of the conversation.
When I was little, there was always a question that was a big, big worry. What am I going to become? Will I ever be able to live properly as a human being? I don't pretend for a moment that everything I've written applies to all autistic people, but I wrote this book so that you can come to understand me, in the hope that my future will be connected with your future. Above all, that's what I want.
Having trouble telling how I feel, but I can dance. Couldn't possibly tell you how I mean, but I can dance. So when I'm shuffling my feet, look at the paper was all written in the sand. When I'm shaking my hips, Look for the swing, the words are written in the air. What will come? I was a dancer all along. Dance, dance, dance. Words can never make up for what you do. Crazy conversations, no such thing, no, I'm shy, shy, shy. My hips, they lie, cause in reality, I'm shy, shy, shy. But when I trip on my feet, look at the ground, the words are written in the dust. And I'm shaking my hips, look for the swing, the words are written in the air. All along, I was a dancer all along. Dance, dance, dance. Words can never make up for what you do. I was a dancer all along. Dance, dance, dance. Words can never make up for what you do. Dance, dance, dance. Oh, I was a dancer all along. Dance, dance, dance. Words can never make up for what you do.